Hey there, family. I got a question today about the difference between jet and black tourmaline. Now, while they are entirely two different stones with different metaphysical properties, the black stones do give people a lot of trouble. I wanted to take this moment to talk about the black stones and give you some information to arm yourself going forward so that you might find what you're looking for. Because as we all know, all of the black stones are in the protective family, right? They're protection stones, grounding stones, connect you to the earth in this realm. Other stones like your clear quartz even, which works on all the chakras, but that's going to be one that's going to take you to higher realms, especially like a Herkimer diamond, for example. You're going to go off into the stratosphere in a meditation, right? But if you want grounding and protection for this 3D reality, the black stones are really the way to go. But there are a lot of different ones. So how do we tell them all apart? First, black tourmaline is a crystal. It grows to a very unique point. It has 3 sides. It has striations, almost like the crystals are growing in little threads on the side, right? So it has these striations, and it can be very brittle if it's a lesser quality. The higher the quality, the stronger the tourmaline. And then jet is a whole different thing. Jet is fossilized coal. There's also ocean jet as opposed to jet. And the ocean jet is almost porous, right? Because the water has been working on it for a while. So you have different feels for the different stones. And then, for example, lava, which also has a porousness to it, can be polished to be shiny, right? It can be polished to be almost like glass. And then obsidian, which is a whole nother thing, is basically lava that has been molten and becomes like a glass. So volcanic glass is obsidian. So while black tourmaline is a protective filter that's going to filter negative energy, I often tell people to use black tourmaline for protection if they're in a situation where they have to deal with other people. You might want to keep a piece on your desk at work, right? Because you don't want to like totally tell your coworkers to back off. But if you're feeling a little need for protecting your energy at the workplace, then black tourmaline might be the stone for you. Then on the other hand, obsidian, black obsidian specifically, is a stone that basically holds a mirror up and says negative energy, go back where you came from. So that would be if you are in a situation where you just need protection. Protect yourself, put that bubble out that pushes that energy back to wherever it came from. Some people will even use it if they have neighbors that are total Karens, right? So you put the black obsidian out and puts up a mirror of protection around your home, okay? Or as a personal piece around you, right? Jet, on the other hand, totally different energy. Jet is a stone that is healing. I'm no doctor and I can't make any medical claims or anything. This is energetically, it is a healing stone thought to bring out pain, like to help alleviate pain and illness. Similar to an old wives' tale of putting the onion on the fork and sticking it in the top of a bottle next to the bed when somebody's sick. Why do people do that? Because onions absorb everything out of the air. So if you're ill, it's going to absorb the germs. So that's old wives' tale. But if you look up the science behind it, it's pretty good. Similarly, the jet absorbs the energy of pain. All right. So it helps people who are in pain, but it's energetic. You know, we have to work on that frequency level. We're not doctors and we don't prescribe the crystals for medical purposes, right? There are many black stones. You've got pneumite, you've got hypersthene, you've got spinel. There are so many. And each one of them has a different, slightly different metaphysical meaning. But you're pretty safe in assuming that a black stone is going to be grounding and protective in some way. So if you're looking for grounding and protection, always do your research or ask a crystal caretaker at one of our sacred locations, and they'll help guide you to the right black stone for you. But everybody should have one in their arsenal of pocket stones, right? So that you have it when you need it. And as always, crystals are not a crutch. You never need a crystal forever. You get a crystal for the energetic imbalance. It helps the body to balance the energy. And then once the energy is balanced, the need for the crystal is not there anymore. It's like working a muscle. You have, say, your heart chakra is a little weak from a breakup or something like that. You add a heart chakra stone in, a rose quartz or a peridot, something that's the heart chakra, and you add this stone in, and it builds the energy of that chakra until you don't need it anymore, kind of like doing reps at the gym, but energetically, you're doing the reps with the stone. And once those reps are put in and that healing has taken place, the stone can go on the altar until the next time you need it again, or until somebody else needs it and you pass it on. All right. Blessings, everyone. Have a beautiful rest of your week. I'll talk to you again soon. Namaste.